Buying a new build is a huge decision. Well, like buying every home for that matter, right? But I would argue that most people don't know nearly enough about their builders or the new construction process. So today we keep things simple. I'll rank every builder in Ottawa from the bottom all the way to the top. I'll give you tips about things you should consider or avoid during the new construction process. And at the very end, I'll let you know who is the worst builder in Ottawa. Stay tuned. Quick disclaimer before we start. Everyone has a different experience with their builders, right? What I'm about to tell you is based on client testimonials, my own experience, and general industry practices. So do take this with a grain of salt and do your own due diligence always. So let's start with what to consider when buying a new construction home. There's builder reputation, build quality, delays, general customer experience, just to name a few. In Ottawa, the way it works, we have a 4-tier system for builders, and it's probably the same wherever you're looking this from. First tier would be the entry level, right? Lower quality, you're generally aimed at first-time home buyers. Then you have the second tier where you get a bit better quality, bit better reputation, usually aim at move-up buyers, and that's where you can find some very good regional builders we have here in Ottawa. The third tier falls somewhere between track builders and fully custom. They offer products that you won't generally see in other categories. And the last tier is the fully custom, top tier, amazing properties. Those usually comes at a higher price, right? So let's break down all 4 tiers of builders here in Ottawa. The 4 entry-level builders in Ottawa would be Phoenix, Minto, Caven, and Mattamy. Usually brands, I feel like what I've seen anywhere else, those brands would divide their lower tier product and their upper tier products into 2 different brands. As opposed to Ottawa, Minto would have those 2 products under the same brand name. I think it hurts the brand a little bit. Usually would like to divide. You don't want people to judge all your products by your lower tier product only, but that's the way it is here, right? There's nothing wrong with entry-level builders. Just prepare yourself to a process that's gonna be a bit more stressful. You'll have to be much more careful, do your own due diligence a lot more, but mainly you'll have to set your expectation accordingly, but nothing wrong with it. First tip I can give you for new construction is standard packages. What I mean by standard package is if you buy a property without any upgrades, this is your standard package. Thing is, they vary from builder to builder, but they also vary between release phases from the same builder. So you gotta be very mindful and careful when picking your home. Also, when you walk into a model home, this is not the standard package. This is the home that they showcase with all the good trimmings, all the best finishes. So this is not what you're buying for the base price. So make sure you go through all that list with your realtor to make sure you're buying the product that you try to buy for the good price. Second tier builders where you can find Claridge, Richcraft, EQ Homes, Tartan, Tamarack, Cardell, and Urbandale, just to name a few of the ones that you probably know, right? This is where you find your move-up buyers. You get better finishes, better quality, better overall experience. That's also where you can find some very good regional builders like Glenview here in Ottawa is an amazing builder if you want to check them out. Although all those builders fall within the same category, I do have some special mentions to give. First one would go to EQ Homes for best designs. They won multiple awards across the years. I mean, every year they win awards for their models. Their designs and their layouts are just different, they're just fresh, and I'm here for it, I love it. Second would be Tartan and Tamarack. They fall into the same banner at some point. Service and reliability, they're very good. I just went through the process with one of my clients. They didn't speak a lick of English, so I had to be there as a translator, and I got to see firsthand the whole process, and those builders, amazing, I have nothing to say. Great service, great design center, they accompany you, the communication is great, and the product is very good. And last mention would go to Urbandale for top of class. There's a reason why they've been second best builders in Ottawa for now 15 years plus, is because it's a great product. However, having a great product like this comes at a certain price point. So their product tends to be a bit more expensive, but if you can afford it, you can't go wrong with them. Now, last tier of builder is really where you can get a higher standard. You get better cabinetry, better countertop, better trim packages, and oftentimes you'll have bigger lots as well. That allows you to go very high-end without going the full custom route. In Ottawa, there's really 2 builders that falls within this category. First one is Uniform Development. This builder have a wonderful track record, and they'll do some very different projects. They have a track community in Canada, like every other builders on that list. That's called a track builder. But they also do projects like Kinver Private, which was 28 townhomes, like downtown, very unique project, and that's it. 28 units and they're done. And they have other communities like Maple Creek community, which are 2+ acre lots with 2 million+ homes exclusively. So it offers this wide array of property and products. Second on that list is Metric Home. They also have a very good track record, and they offer products like standard homes, semi-custom, and fully custom. The difference is semi-custom, you don't build it from the ground up, but you do have some say with the layouts. I want this wall there. You have more control over the construction process. They also have a community with lots that are exclusively 3+ acres. They also offer a product that's called Home Within a Home, and it's not like having a second income producing unit like Duo Homes by EQ Homes. No, it's very 2 full homes stick together, built for multi-generational housing, which I think is a very good idea. And funny story about Metric Homes, it was created by a lot of guys that used to work in different builders around the city, and they got tired of the quality kind of always dropping, right? So they banded together and put together Metric Homes. And I think this is a testament to their build quality and the values that this company represents. So those two builders are really great. You can't go wrong. 2 more tips for you. First is the pre-delivery inspection. That comes standard when you buy a new build. They'll send you at your home like 2 weeks before it's built with their inspector to kind of walk you around and see what's been built, and you put green tape up whatever is not good. Thing is, when you take possession of your home, especially if you deal with lower tier builders, you want to bring your own inspector back in the property and have him inspect the home, and then he's going to give you a sheet of all the defects, and you bring this to the sales center, to your builder, whatever, and they have to correct everything. You have to do this in the first 30 days, but do it, especially dealing with lower tier builders, because even though it's a new product, there's going to be defect, there's going to be little kinks, there's going to be some errors, so make sure that you get what you paid for and that's in good condition. Tip number 2, and it's not always easy to do, but if you can, buy at the end of a construction phase. It's gonna put you in an area where the bulk of this construction already had been done, so you won't live surrounded by construction noises and dust for the foreseeable month or years, so that's good. And if you wanna know more tips, if you wanna know more information, I built this amazing new construction guide just to help you with all those details. You can download it in the description down below. You can send me an email and send you personally your way. And our last tier is the full custom. This is obviously a very different process, different price point, but this is the best your money can get. You have very great builders in Ottawa for this, like Oakwood, R&D, Amstead, that's everywhere, Patchy Construction, just to name a few because there's so many. It's obviously, like I said, much more expensive, but this allows you to build your house from the ground up. You start with a vision, you go get designers and architects, and they bring it to life for you. So it's not for every wallet, but if yours allows, it's probably the best experience that you could get, so go crazy. So before I reveal who is the worst builder in Ottawa, if you guys are thinking about buying or selling around the city, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice, so don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help. And now, who is the worst builder in Ottawa? It's a builder I've never featured on my channel, even though it's one of the biggest builders in North America. Can you guess? Mattamy. I know you know Mattamy. A lot of people love Mattamy, but there's been so many complaints. The build quality recently just really dropped. And I had a conversation with home inspectors that I know, and they say that the problem doesn't rest with, obviously, the trade worker. They do an amazing job, right? It's not with them. It's because Mattamy takes on too much business. So one site supervisor has too many sites to supervise, and he can't get a hold of the quality, and it just goes down. So that's my take on who's the worst builder in Ottawa. Again, with a grain of salt. And again, if you bought a Mattamy or have a Mattamy currently, don't panic. Just be conscious about this and be careful. Do your own due diligence. Like I said, inspection are a really big thing. But yeah, otherwise, you're good to go. Now, if you watch this video, you're probably on the market for a new build yourself, but let me tell you, there's a side to this that's not so glamorous. And if you want to know everything about it, check out this deep dive into the world of resale versus new build and how it can help you make the right choice. Check it out.